Terry, you all right?
Bastard!
What?
You stupid
Well, I don't know why you're taking that attitude. Just because there was a mix-up in communications.
I'll get in.
No, Terry, don't worry. Don't worry. You're going to be perfectly all right.
I'm going to freeze it.
No, don't worry, Terry. Good rub down with a nice young nurse in a starch uniform. Plate of chicken vindaloo, you'll be as right as ninepence.
Leave me alone.
Oh, no, Tom and Terry. I mean, it was me that called the meat wagon, but these Angels of Mercy.
You be coming along as well, sir?
No.
No, he's right. No, I'm sure you'll... I'll just follow up in my...
Well, to be honest, love, half this stuff I couldn't even give away. But, tell you what, I'll do you a right favour. I'll clear the lot. For, let's say, another 20 quid on top of my offer, how's that?
Well, I don't know.
Well, that's the best I can do, I'm sorry.
Well, it doesn't seem like very much, but... Well, what can I do with it?
Well, not a lot. With your old father dead and gone. God rest his soul. Are you sure there's nothing else?
No. Just the cabinet in the bedroom and the china. When can you clear it?
As soon as you like.
Well, there are a few personal effects of my father's I still have to sort out.
Yeah. I understand. I'll tell you what. You sort out what you have to and drop the keys to the estate agent. I'll pick them up from there.
Fine.
Okay.
So whose bright idea was it to lock him in a cold storage room, eh?
Mine, as a matter of fact. But it wasn't my fault that he got left stuck in there.
Go on, it.
Look, if the geezer who was nicking the meat had turned up and my friend's car hadn't broken down, it wouldn't have happened, would it?
Arthur, whatever way you look at it, it was a pretty stupid thing to do. Terry could have died in there.
Don't remind me, Dave. But there you go, the best laid plan of mouse and man. I mean, Hitler and Napoleon, they made a right ricket of the Russian winter, didn't they?
What's that got to do with it?
Well, at least I got Terry out before the real freeze set in.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure he'll be very grateful to you for that. Here, incidentally, ain't you supposed to phone the hospital about picking him up?
Oh, my God, yes.
Terry!
God, Charlie, you're a sight for sore eyes.
Do you want a lift?
Oh, not many, mate.
What you doing around here?
Don't ask me.
Kidding, ain't you?
No, I'm not kidding. Another couple of hours, I would have ended up in B-jams next to the fish fingers.
I'm sorry to laugh at you, but how did you stand for that?
It's Arthur, innit? Yeah, I know. He was supposed to pick me up from the hospital and all.
Good old reliable Arthur.
Yeah? Well, he can rely on this. The next time I see him, I'm going to jump up and down on his trilby, with his head still in it.
Arthur was going to pick you up, Charles. He rang the hospital from here, but you'd already been let loose.
Where is he now, then?
I don't know. Bit of business, he said.
Yeah, maybe he's actually gone to B-Jams. See what sort of price he could get for you.
Sure.
I suppose he gave you the version that it's all a jolly jape and he's totally blameless, yeah?
I did tell him I thought it was a stupid thing to do.
Well, the next time you see him, you can tell him from me that we are finished. Got it? Terminated, definitely.
Oh, come on, Tell.
I'm pissed off with always ending up the Wally and his stupid antics.
So what are you going to do to get a crust?
I'm not totally helpless without Arthur Hole in the head daily, you know.
No, I didn't mean that. All I meant was...
Yeah, and for your information, I've got a living lined up. Charlie has put me on wages.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you know Keith, my partner, do you?
Yeah.
He's only been laid down for a 3-month stretch for assault and a copper, hasn't he?
Yeah, well elephants at the time, wasn't he? Stupid idiot. Anyway, I need someone to give me a hand at the shop, up in gear.
Arthur won't be too pleased, you nicking Terry off him.
Oi, I'm not a bit of property, you know. There's a little bit of brain up there somewhere, isn't there? I can make my own decisions.
Leave off, Tal. I wasn't having a go at you.
I can see what you mean, Rowley. Not the sort of place you want to have an accidental fire in, or a series of ugly fracases.
There was a time I'd have sorted it out myself, Arthur, but I'm too old and you know that sort of egg these days. Agnes!
I thought demanding money with menaces as a way of getting an earner was finished these days. Too much porridge about.
There's always a few nutters around who'll have some of it.
Yeah, how much are they at the demand for?
Monkey a week.
Oh, my God, that much. That must bite into the profits a bit.
A bit.
You know, Rowley, in a situation like this, you wouldn't be totally out of order calling in the old bill.
Yeah, I know, but I always sorted out my own aggravation when I used to be at it, Arthur. And I can't change that much, even if I have gone legit.
No, I know what you mean. I mean, there's certain codes of conduct and lifestyles that the great unwashed out there wouldn't understand. I mean, we are talking about proper people with proper values.
Right. And the only thing these bastards understand is violence. So if you can get Terry to persuade them to try elsewhere, there's a grand in it for you.
No problem, Rowley, no problem. Just leave it with me.
So where are we going after, then?
Flat clearance job. Got to pick up the keys from the estate agents first, though.
Yeah. I was wondering how you got hold of all this junk you knock out.
Oh, it's not too difficult. You can bang on doors and ask. Keep your eye on the obituary columns and local papers. Culture a few geezers in estate agents' offices.
Oh, yeah.
See who's moving house, selling up, etc. It's easy.
Charlie Pope?
Yep.
He's supposed to be a friend of mine. He's well out of order poaching my labour force, well out of order.
Well, that ain't the way Terry sees it at all. And I can tell you this, he has got that dead needle with you. Your relationship is, how do you put it? Finished. Totally terminated as far as he's concerned.
What, really?
You could say that his attitude is decidedly frosty.
Ah, he'll thaw out. That boy can't cross a road without me to guide him.
Hello, Mary. Mr. Rawley's about.
Oh, no, he's gone to view some properties. I'm afraid he won't be back till late this afternoon. Can I help?
I've come for the keys to the flat in Ellesmere Court.
Oh, yeah, you mentioned something.
Clearance job.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
Keeping busy, are you?
Sort of. What's the number of the,
6.
What's the matter?
Hello. Silly bleeder. I must be cracking up. It's number 9, isn't it?
There you go.
Yeah, I don't know what's the matter with me today. The trolley.
What trolley?
The trolley to, well, move some of the gear. It's in the back of the van.
No, it's all right. I'll go down and get it.
Right. Hello? Anybody home?
Took your time, didn't you?
Yeah, well, I was taking a leak, wasn't I?
I didn't expect this.
What?
Well, when you said it was some old boy's gaff, I thought, well, you know.
Well, not all old boys are boracic and living in poverty, too.
Yeah.
Well, come on. Let's shift what we've got to. Got a busy day ahead.
As a runabout for your good lady wife, you couldn't do better, Mr. Collins. Economical is not the word. If it ran on water, it couldn't be cheaper. Stylish, easy to park, and above all, British.
Well, I'm not sure I wanted to go to the price you're asking.
Well, you're pleased with a Merc, aren't you?
Oh, yes, yes.
Well, as an old customer, I think I can accommodate you. Shall we say what, 5% discount on my asking price?
Shall we say 10?
10?
Cash.
Oh, well.
No, and on the proviso that my wife likes it. So if you'd like to drop it round.
All right. Yeah, I'm all right then. What are you doing?
Oh, sorry, my hand slipped.
What's all this? There's stuff in it.
Yeah.
Knitting. I mean, it's cookery books.
Maybe it was an old queen. Could be his daughter's.
Yeah, but I thought you said he lived alone.
Yeah, but she used to stay here now and again, him being sick like, you know.
Why would she leave stuff like this then, eh?
I don't know. Maybe she... Now I think of it, she did mention something about 1 or 2 personal items still being left. Look, I'll tell you what. You cop hold of that standard lamp over there and take it down to the van. I'll sort this stuff out. I'll stick it in a bag or something, all right? I'll give her a call and let her know.
Yeah, all right.
Ah, Mr. Daly.
Collins,
You found stuff.
a natural directional instinct and the A to Z helped.
Yes, of course. Well, you better come in.
Oh, thank you.
Abigail, Mr. Daly's here with the car.
Okay, I'll be down in a minute.
Oh, thank you.
Of course, it's much larger than our last place. Took us ages to find what we're looking for. Mind you, we didn't really want to be this far from the centre of town, which partly explains the second car.
Very nice, Mr. Collins, very nice. You can't beat a touch of the suburban rurals within striking distance of the metropolis, I always say.
Do you?
Ah, I see your eye for quality doesn't stop at houses and cars, Mr. Collins. Very tasteful. Very tasteful indeed.
Unfortunately, I'm going to have to buy 1 or 2 more pieces to avoid looking somewhat Spartan.
Oh, really? Oh, I may be able to help you there.
Oh?
Yes, the goods and chattels trade forms quite a part of my extensive business empire. I mean, what I haven't got, I can get. You don't just have to ask.
Ah, there you are. Mr. Daly, my wife Abigail.
It's a pleasure and an honour to make your acquaintance, my dear.
How perfectly charming of you to say so, Mr. Daly.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Pardon?
May I say, as someone who's been in the motor trade for a considerable time and is noted for his discernment, that a set of wheels should fit in with the personality of the person who owns them.
Oh, really?
And if I may make so bold, what awaits you in your driveway will blend in with your good self like the very best in haute couture.
Good God.
The wrong ones.
Afraid so. Completely wasted journey. I was practically there when I realised you gave me the wrong ones. And me with a right busy schedule as well.
Oh dear, I am sorry. Mr. Rawlings will really have a go at me when he finds out. You see, I did the same thing with a potential client only last week.
Oh, well, don't worry about it. I won't say anything if you don't, okay?
Oh, it's ever so good of you. I'll get you the right ones.
Lovely.
I don't know what's been the matter with me lately. I guess I've been getting overexcited. Well, nervous, actually.
Oh, why is that?
Well, I'm going on holiday tomorrow, abroad, in a plane. It's just I've never flown before, you know. I get this sick feeling every time I think about it.
You just take a couple of mogadons and a large drop of duty-free, you'll be all right. Hello, John. All right?
Hello, Charlie.
I've just come about the keys to the flat in Ellesmere Court.
Oh, yes. Have you got them?
Oh, yeah. Here they are, number 6.
That's them.
There you go.
Thanks, John.
Take you along with it.
Well, I'm a bit short on time today, so I thought, well, pick up the keys now and make a start first thing in the morning. All right?
Sure, just drop them back as soon as you're done.
Right, ta, John. Bye, Mary.
OK.
Morning, OK? Just caught for another clearance job, the same block of flats.
Same block? How'd you manage that?
Oh, they handle all that property. Some geezer's selling up, going abroad.
It's handy though, isn't it?
Yeah, more than handy.
Right, where to? The shop?
No, dealer mate of mine in Rathbone Street. We can get rid of most of this stuff straight away.
It's all go, isn't it?
I was pointing out to your husband just now that the economy of this vehicle is such that it brings, yes, certainly, tears to a petrol salesman's eyes.
Does it have reclining seats?
Oh, yes, indeed, my dear. And at the touch of a button, you can be positively prostrate. I'll come round and show you. I'll just show you.
This is good. I'll be able to bless it.
Bless it.
Yes. You know. Spring strong.
Oh, my God. If I'd seen someone stealing my possessions, I should have done something about it there and then. Or at the very least, have been able to describe them to you. I'm not a fool.
Oh, no, of course not, madam. It's just that, well, to remove so much stuff would have taken some time. And that would have been a bit risky. Unless, of course, they knew you weren't likely to be around.
Meaning?
Well, meaning they probably cased the job. That is to say, spent some time observing the flats and you and your habits, when you're likely to be there, when you're not. Probably even followed you to work. So, you see, you may have subconsciously noticed some...
Rubbish. I'm an extremely observant person, Sergeant. And I can assure you that if any man followed me, I would be aware of it.
Have you had any callers at the flat recently on some pretext or other?
No one that I didn't know or that I wasn't expecting. And as I told you, I only moved into the damn place a little more than a week ago. This is a total waste of my time.
Yes, ma'am. Well, if you would just like to let the officer here have a complete list of everything that was taken, together with an approximate valuation.
No, Terry, no.
Decided to show your face at last, have you?
I beg your pardon?
You can beg all you like, sunbeam, you're getting nothing.
Terry, I've simply come over to clarify a misunderstanding.
Misunderstanding?
Yes, I am informed by Dave that for some incomprehensible reason, you have got the up with me. Well, actually, I'm somewhat bewildered.
Stop, just stop, will you? Before you go into one, let me tell you this, son. I'm not interested, right? You and me are finished. Finito. No more. You got that?
I see. That's my reward, is it? That's the gratitude I get for years of loyal friendship. A dagger in the back, that's what I get for my unselfish succour and support of you along life's hazardous highways. Treachery, that's my take-home pay. How much is Charlie asking for these chairs?
Unbelievable.
Do what?
You.
Me?
Not a word. Not a single word.
Terry, you all right?
All right, am I all right? You got the front to come in here and ask me if I'm all right. I could have died in that bleeding freezer, couldn't I?
Terry.
What do I get? Do I get one word of apology? No. Do I get one word of explanation? No. All I get is garbage, innit?
Terry.
That's all I've ever got from you, innit? Garbage!
Now, Terry.
Don't you now, Terry me.
All right, now, Mr. McCann.
Listen, why don't you just piss off before I really get a needle?
You are being very unreasonable, Terry. I explained everything to Dave. He told me that he told me...
Yeah, what did he tell you?
Just let me say this to you. The frosty fate that you suffered was...
Arthur, listen, I have absolutely no interest anymore in whatever you've got to say or do. All right?
All right. Can I take it you're not interested in earning 200 sovs for 10 minutes of your valuable time? All right, that's good.
Just go away now, will you?
All right. Hey, Charlie. Doing all right, are you?
Yeah. How you doing, Arthur?
Well, I'm not wearing handmade suits because I'm a pauper, but otherwise business as usual, you know. With or without hired help.
Oh, yeah, well, I was,
No, don't be embarrassed about Terry. He's his own man. If he wants to start again from the bottom, that's his prerogative. How's the
junk furniture business going, by the way?
Oh, it's not all junk, Arthur, you know. I get hold of the odd bit of cream.
Really? Can't say I've noticed. Pity, really, because her indoors has been nagging me for a couple of nice chairs to go with a Regency stripe we've had bunged on the lounge wall.
Listen, I'm going to shoot off, get a cup of tea and a sarnie, all right?
Oh, yeah, don't be too long, will you, Till? Got that job to do, all right?
I'll be back in a minute.
All right.
Oh, well, a couple of deals to conclude before noon. I'll better be on my way.
Yeah, hang on a sec, Arthur. I might have just what you're looking for.
He ain't here, Rowley. Have you tried his car lock?
No, he's not there.
What about his lockup?
I've tried it.
Well, if he shows, I'll get him to give you a bell.
Tell him it's important.
Yeah, it's important. All right.
I still can't believe that Arthur parted with 7.5 for those chairs.
Genuine antiques, Terry. He's had a right good deal, take my word for it.
How much they stand you in for?
About a monkey, I suppose.
A beautiful pair of Regency chairs, Mr. Collins. What? Yeah, of course I can. What time? No, that's no problem. Right, will do. Bye.
OK, Arthur?
Yeah, thanks, Dave.
Yeah, what shall I tell Rowley Poley if he calls again?
Tell him not to worry, I'm working on it.
How? If Terry's giving you a blink.
Listen, that ingrate is not the only muscle on the plot. I'll think of someone.
Bit clubby in here, isn't it?
I'll nip down the stairs then, all right?
OK, mate. Well. This could be very interesting.
What are you doing? What's happening? There's something I've got to tell you. What are you doing? You did what? Well, I was going to tell you, honest.
Oh, do you for this, Charlie? So help me. Listen, this is
Nick,
not
don't
good,
get upset. Don't get upset.
We can
What
get
are you
out of it.
talking Just
about?
listen to me. No one saw us yesterday, Till. No one, I guarantee.
How do you know that? You can't possibly know that, can you? I mean, they could have been looking out the windows or anything.
No, I was watching. All the time I was watching. Well, I would be, wouldn't I?
Yeah, but it don't matter, does it? I mean, how hard is it for them to check up with the estate agent and find out about the cock-up with the keys, eh?
I told you, the bird's gone on holiday. She won't even be about for a fortnight. All we've got to do is front it out. What we're doing now is totally legit. Let them think what they like. What can they prove?
And what happens if they check the shop?
There's nothing there, is there? Arthur had the last of it.
Oh, good day, madam. I am Detective Sergeant Rycott from this.
Oh, God.
What?
It's only Rycott, isn't it?
Who?
Detective Bleaton Sergeant Rycott.
What, you mean you know him?
Oh, yeah, I know him. And he knows me and all.
Well, that could be handy. Can it be straightened?
Oh, yeah, he can be straightened, but not by you and me, son. There is nothing he'd like better than to nick me. And Arthur, for that matter.
Look, Till, don't panic.
Don't panic. Hold a break. You'll bleed. Never put me in
Stay
this.
calm.
Listen, I'll tell you what. Look, why don't we just sneak out the back now while he's busy, OK?
Oh, leave off. What about me van? It's out the front. It's a dot on the card. They've taken the number of it. Keep calm. Let me do the talking, right? Yeah. Take those pictures off the wall. Look busy. Yeah?
Police.
Oh, anything I can do for you, officer?
I understand you're removing furniture from this flat. I wonder if you'd mind if I...
Hello, Mr. Rycott. I thought I recognised those dulcet tones.
Yeah, this is a clearance job. I can
Really
prove it.
embarrassing, this. I mean, if we just stop and have a chat, can explain it all, can't we?
I shall sue for false arrest, you know.
You are not being arrested.
Well, then what
you
are
have
you doing?
volunteered to come down to the station and help us with our inquiries.
Volunteer? What are you
Of course.
talking
Now
about?
shut
Well,
up
this
and
is a-
get in now.
Oh, what a liberty. All right, all right.
Okay, all right.
Leave it to me, eh? I'll do the talking. It'll be all right, eh?
I mean, craftsmanship like this deserves the proper setting, don't you agree? I mean, the right ambience, which is why I naturally thought of you and your beautiful new home. I mean, these are not chairs just for flopping your weary in. I mean, these are works of art. I mean, they're handmade.
How much?
Well, I know what I could get for them. I stuck them in an auction at Sotheby's. But as quick turnover and small profit is my motto, and as a personal favour to you, shall we say 1,800 a pair?
Shall we say thank you for your offer and good day?
You're a hard man to do business with, Mr. Collins. All right, 1,700 cash and I forget the VAT.
I don't intend to haggle, Mr. Daly. 1,500, take it or leave it.
I'll take it.
Thought you might. Well, bring them in and I'll write you a check.
Arthur? Well, anything you're mixed up in automatically involves Arthur, doesn't it?
I'm not mixed up in anything. And for your information, I don't graft with Arthur anymore.
That'll be the day.
It is the day. The week, permanently.
Oh, had a little falling out, have we, Terry?
Yeah, you could say that, yeah. I told you I work with Charlie Pope now.
Since when?
A few days.
So you were with him yesterday, then?
Yeah.
All day?
Yeah. Well, no, not all day, no.
When then?
Well, whenever he was in the shop.
When was that?
When was what?
When was he in the shop?
When he wasn't out of it.
What time was he there?
Well, I don't know. He comes backwards and forwards, doesn't he?
How often?
Look, it's a shop, not a ship. I don't log him, do I?
And you were there all day?
Yes.
Can you prove it?
Can you prove I wasn't?
I intend to, McCann. I intend to. The name of the estate agent?
John Rawlins.
Address?
8 Carrisford Road, Shepherd's Bush.
I take it you have no objection if we search your premises?
No, none at all. Provided I'm present. But I wouldn't want any fitted furniture now, would I?
I don't like them.
Don't like them?
No,
But how can you not like them, Mrs. Collins? I mean,
I just don't.
Well, I do.
Well, you might have consulted me first.
You weren't here.
Well, would it have made any difference if I were?
Abigail, whether you like them or not, they're damn fine chairs.
And a very good investment, Mrs. Collins, in these days of rampant inflation.
Oh, is that so, Mr. Daly? Ah, don't you mean rampant profiteering?
Nonsense, darling. They're a bargain.
A steal, Mr. Collins. A steal.
Of course I know Arthur Daly, but I've never done any business with him.
No, that is not what McCann says.
Oh, really? I'll tell you what, you show me a statement where Terry says I've done business with Arthur.
Don't get lemon with me, Pope.
Then don't take me for a mug, Sergeant.
My pleasure, Mr. Collins, my pleasure. And if I should come across any more articles of the antique persuasion, you'd be interested, would you?
Possibly, Mr. Daly. Possibly.
Good, good. I'll have a word with my man, see what he can do.
I do hope you're not implying that I, or anyone with this agency, had anything to do with this unfortunate robbery, Sergeant.
Oh, well, not knowingly, sir.
Not in
but-
any shape or form.
You said yourself, sir, that you have keys to a number of the flats in the building.
Yes. That's because we've always handled the entire property for the owners. And as half the flats are only on short-term leases.
Well, couldn't there have been a mix-up then?
Mix-up?
Well, I mean, perhaps you gave Mr. Pope the keys to 9 instead of 6, by mistake, like.
I do not make that kind of mistake. And correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't you say Mr. Pope was clearing flat 6 when you apprehended him?
Oh, yeah.
Then how in heaven's name did he gain entry if I didn't give him the right keys?
I don't know how I suffer you, Mellish. You're a cretin.
Sorry, Gov.
I don't believe some of this stuff. Do people actually buy it?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, we get a lot of ex-coppers in. Wanted to furnish their retirement homes.
Keep it up, Pope. Keep it up.
You Can't hang about here, mate. Go on, back in the car and go, now.
Get out of it.
Rycott's in there turning the place over looking for bent gear.
So, what's that got to do with me?
The chairs that you bought off Charlie are rookie.
Do I?
You know nothing and he knows we've had a ruck.
Well, well. Well, well, Mr. Rycott. Fancy meeting you here. You, keeping well?
Oh, very well, Arthur.
Oh, well. That's, well...
What might you be doing here?
Wasted journey. Came round to have a word with him.
Yeah, well, you've had your word on your bike.
Yeah, all right, all right.
We're finished,
Yeah,
I told you that, all right?
Bloody ingrate. Try and help people, keep them on the straight and narrow, and what do you get? Knife between the blades. And there's another one. Just because I'm out of town for a little while on business, sneaks behind my back and nicks me labour force.
I'm not your bleeding labour force.
I'm not interested in your petty squabbles. And what is more, my unerring instinct, my infallible instinct, tells me it's all a load of cobblers.
You've both taken flagrant and outrageous liberties putting me on offer with Rycott like
I
this.
was talking about taking bleeding liberties, eh?
I do not jeopardise my friends' freedom by deceiving them into buying hooky merchandise.
Oh, not you, Arthur, no, of course.
Oh, no, I suppose you're on their side.
The way I see it, Arthur, we've got no choice but to all be on the same side.
Yeah, and it seems to me that I'm the only one who gets zilch out of this, and I'm the only one who's going to get their collar felt.
And it seems to me you three are in abuse at each other ain't going to solve nothing. The thing is, what are you going to do to sort it?
Well, why should I do anything? I didn't plunder no flat, they did.
What's all this they? He did.
Ignorance is no excuse where the law's concerned, Terry. As your solicitor will be quick to point out to you when...
When? Yeah, when what, eh? When you're beside me in the dock for receiving and selling stolen furniture?
I don't think that is likely to happen. Not unless you're planning to add grassing to your list of credits.
Oh, I'm a grass now, am I?
Well, you would be, wouldn't you?
I would be. What? You
Cool it, Joe, cool it. Arthur, that was out of order.
All right, I'm sorry, I take it back. All right, we may be having our little differences at the moment. I know you wouldn't put me up to plod.
Thank you very much.
But you are getting far too emotional these days, Terry. Far too emotional.
Emotional, me? What are you...
Oh, come on, you two. Calm down. Dave's right. Blaming each other ain't going to cure any headaches we might get.
Yeah, all right.
Anyway, I can't see what all the hassle's about. The way I see it, this Rycott's going to have to get more than lucky to prove anything against us.
I don't know about that. He can be a tenacious basket once he thinks he's on to something.
Oh, that's so true.
Do you mind if I make a suggestion?
Oh, please, you're the only one with any sense round here.
Well, it seems to me it shouldn't be too difficult to reclaim that gear and return it to the bird's flat.
Oh,
don't be on the QT, of course.
I'll leave off.
Hold on, he might be right.
What would be the point?
Well, the point is that you can't be nicked for theft if the goods are in the possession of the rightful owner.
What about if it comes on top while we're returning it?
Well, the worst they can do you for is depriving the rightful owner of her goods for a short period of time. Now, that's a misdemeanour. A fine at the worst. But this other, that is theft. And that means bird for any one of you three.
I think he's right.
He's not right.
Well, I say he is. What do you say, Charlie?
Oh, I don't know, Tom. But, well, since it's down to me for putting you in it, sort of, I'll give it a whirl.
Now, listen, this mate of yours you knocked the gear out to, will he give it back?
Oh, yeah. He knows it's hooky, so he normally sticks it away for a bit before he gets rid of it.
Yeah, well, my man won't be quite so accommodating. He's embarrassingly straight.
Well, it's even more reason to aim the chairs once he knows they're crooked, isn't it?
Look, when I say straight, Terry, I mean as in over-scrupulous. No. He'll be straight on the trumpet to plod.
Well, you'll have to think of something else then, won't you? Won't you?
Defective? Yes, I found it out from a man who sold them to a man who sold them to a man who sold them to me.
Nothing is wrong. Those chairs are in perfect condition.
Well, it's something to do with worm in the wickerwork.
Mr. Daly, I'm not interested in selling those chairs back to you, and even if I was, I certainly wouldn't pay the price I paid. They're worth at least £500 more than that.
£500?
I don't want to seem rude, Mr. Daly, but I am in rather a hurry. Goodbye.
£2,000?
At least.
I let you have them for practically nothing then, didn't I?
Yeah, because you knew they were nicked and I didn't.
And how much did you knock them out to him for then, eh?
No, that is immaterial, Terence.
I don't think so. How much? You don't want me to get moody, do you?
Well, as a matter of fact, 1,500.
15?
But that doesn't alter the fact that the man refuses point blank to sell them back to me. Now, we've got to think of something else.
Well, come on, what?
God knows.
Yeah, what about his missus?
What about her?
Well, you, mentioned the fact that she didn't like the chairs.
Yeah.
So how about if Terry tries to get into her?
Do what?
Get into... You are talking about a woman whose husband I do business with.
What's that got to do with it? With Terry's natural talent for chatting up the ladies, he could go over
What
there.
are you talking about? What am I, some kind of bleeding gigolo or something? There's this bird who I've never even seen. I'm supposed to give her a good seeing to, Then say, for the use of my body, I claim 2 grand's worth of antique chairs.
Well?
What are you, radio rental?
Yeah, it's very distasteful indeed, Terry. In spite of the fact that she is a very attractive lady who I'm sure would not be averse to a bit of rough trade.
I tell you what, why don't you give her one then,
I said
eh?
rough.
Yeah, if you've got a
I
memory.
don't think I could.
Oh, come on,
Don't start all this
again.
again. Listen, I think I've got an idea how we're going to get those chairs back without any of us putting our faces on offer.
Come on.
Bill and Ben, the corner men.
The what?
A couple of pals of mine, dynamite con artists. They'll want a nice drink, mind.
How much?
200.
Each. That's a bit strong, isn't it?
It comes out of the earner we had on the chairs anyway.
That's right, and for staying out of the shovel, it's cheaper after price, isn't it?
And half is what we want up front.
So come on, one of you, pay the man.
I ain't holding. You'll have to oblige, Arthur. I'll weigh in with the other half when Bill and Ben deliver.
I'm afraid there's no doubt about it, madam.
These are the chairs, all right.
Oh, but that's ridiculous. They can't be stolen. My husband would never buy... I mean, he bought these chairs in good faith from Mr. Daly. I was here at the time.
Mr. Daly, madam?
Yes, he's a business acquaintance of my husband. But surely if you knew the chairs were here...
We're acting on information received anonymously, madam. But we'd certainly like to interview this Mr. Daly. Do you know where we can get in touch with him?
I've got his business card somewhere in my bag, I think. Yes, there.
How well do you know this, Mr. Daly?
Oh, hardly at all. My husband's bought a couple of cars from him. But I can hardly believe that he would knowingly sell my husband's stolen property. I mean...
You may be right, madam. He could have been duped. But we're still going to have to check it out. In the meantime, I'm afraid we're going to have to take these chairs with us.
Take the chairs with you?
Don't worry, madam. We'll give you a receipt.
Thanks, chaps. Well appreciated.
You didn't have gone about Arthur a bit?
So we get a bit of egg. They'll have a job to prove anything now, won't they?
You right then?
Yeah, no problem.
Cheers, chaps.
Pleasure. Lovely. Don't we?
Anytime.
Arthur?
Arthur.
What, now? Now.
But why? Because, Arthur, it's the same time of day as when we took the gear, so there's a good chance no one will be there now.
Well, look, can't you two do it? I can't do any humping, you know. I've got this back.
Look, you just keep watch while we do the humping.
Oh, my God, I just remembered. I've got an appointment with my chiropodist. Shut
In.
up. Look, I've got these dodgy plates. If we have to have it on our toes, I'll be a terrible handicap to you.
Good God, Abigail, how could you have been so bloody naive?
But they were so convincing. They even showed me their identification cards.
You heard who I was talking to just then. That was the local chief inspector, and he knows nothing about any investigation into stolen antique chairs, or even less about your 2 bogus policemen.
I'm sorry,
Well, it's a bit late for that. No, I suppose you didn't. Get your coat, we've got to go down to the police station.
What for?
They want us to make a statement and to give them any details that might be of help.
No! We've got to get in, haven't we? No, but they're damaged, the eyes. Can't you Lloyd it or something?
Don't be stupid. You can't Lloyd a mortise, can you?
Of course I can't. Come on, hurry up.
Oh, there you are, Gov.
Yes, Mellish, here I am. What is it?
And Inspector Williams of Wimbledon CID has been on the phone making inquiries about Arthur Daly.
And?
I told him I'd get you to phone him back.
Well, did he say what it's in connection with?
I think you're going to love this, Gov.
for God's sake, I hate working in the field.
You couldn't help, I suppose, could you?
I've done my knee in.
Just open the door, shut up. Did Daly tell you where he obtained these chairs?
Well, no.
And you never thought to ask?
Well, why on earth should I?
Sergeant, if you buy something from someone you have no reason to suspect isn't reputable, it's hardly customary to ask them how they acquired their stock, is it?
Why do you think he wanted to buy the chairs back, officer?
Well, I imagine it's because he realised that they're more valuable than he thought.
Yes. And when you refuse to sell them back to him, he gets the bright idea to employ a couple of con artists who come down here and deceive your wife into parting with them for nothing.
Oh, come on, for God's sake, you brought the stuff back. You don't have to polish it as well.
Don't be such a dummy, Arthur. What do you want us to do? Leave our fingerprints all over the place?
Oh, my God. Have you done the chairs?
Yeah.
We've got that slippery old sod bang to rights this time, Mellish.
That I'll believe when I see it.
You know, I sometimes get an uneasy feeling you actually like Arthur bloody Daly.
Well, life wouldn't be quite the same without Arthur on the manor, would it, Gov?
Are you quite sure you're cut out to be a police officer, Mellish?
Hey, Tel, you sure you don't want to stay grafting with me?
Thanks, but no thanks. No, I've had enough first-hand experience of the second-hand game.
Yeah, too right he has. He's back on the firm with me, where it can be protected against lunatics like you. Nothing personal.
Arthur, you're dynamite. No hard feelings, Tel. See you around.
Yeah, go on your bike.
Oh, and Arthur, don't forget to get your story right for when Rycott gives you a tug.
Yeah. When Rycott gives me a tug, what's he talking about?
Well, you don't have to be Einstein to work it out, do you? And pre-warned is pre-armed, as we say.
I'm not with you.
You will be, son, you will be.
Don't sit there giving me that stupid, innocent routine, Arthur. Do I look like a complete idiot?
Well, no, not a complete one. No, I mean, the point is, I do not understand your reasoning in this matter. I mean, yes, I did sell Mr. Collins a pair of tatty old antique chairs.
Tatty? Who said anything about tatty?
Well, the ones I sold him certainly were. I mean, Terry will verify that, won't you?
No, yeah, they were definitely a bit soapy, yeah.
How would you know? You weren't there when he sold them?
I've seen them before, haven't I?
Oh, yeah? Where?
In Arthur's lockup. They've been hanging around for ages, haven't they?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I've had them so long, I can't even remember where they came from. A job lot of rubbish I bought in, I suppose.
Rubbish? Rubbish? You sold them to Collins for £1,500.
Yeah, he can verify that for you.
He already has, Arthur. How the hell do you think I know?
And did he tell you what a good deal he got?
Good deal.
And how I'd actually tried to buy them back from him once I found out what their true value was. Did he tell you that and all?
Of course he bloody did. That is why you are sitting here now, on the point of being charged with stealing them.
Stealing them? Stealing what, Mr. Rycott?
Stealing the pair of Regency chairs, which just happened to be identical to a pair almost certainly stolen by Pope and you, McCann.
Hold on. Look, I do hope, with all due respect, Mr. Rycott, you've got more than just your own suspicions to back up this load of old codswallop.
And I must, in all conscience, Mr. Rycott, support Terry in his doubts about the positive nature of the evidence you are holding, lest we err into the area of litigation. And that could be very tacky indeed.
Sorry to interrupt, sir, but there's a phone call. And Miss Turner says it's very important.
Right. I will be back.
He seems a bit upset. Got umpty tummy or something? Or a bit of domestic trouble?
Something like that, Arthur.
I put it down to the terrible hours you lads have to work to get a crust. Don't you, Terry?
Oh, yeah. Well, it's thin blue line, isn't it? Isn't it? I mean, stretched to breaking point out there they are, you know. All to hold back the growing forces of villainy.
Very good indeed.
It weren't bad, was it?
No.
You're not listening to me, Sergeant. I told you I've been broken into, not robbed. On the contrary.
What do you mean your furniture's back? It can't be back.
Are you calling me a liar, Sergeant?
No, I'm sorry. Are you sure? I mean...
Of course I'm sure.
Does that include the pair of Regency chairs?
Yes.
knows it, I know. We all bloody know it.
Dear old law. Please, Mr. Rycott, you're embarrassing us. Where's your dignity? I mean, think what this unseemly display of emotion might do for discipline. Come, Terence, we have work to do.
I'll have you, Daly. One of these days I'll have you. And you, McCann.
Well, come on, then, work. What work?
Oh, yeah, you know, that job I told you about for, Roly-Poly Peter. 50 solves for 10 minutes of your time.
50? No, hold on, you said 200.
Ah, no, that was when you were a market leader and Labour was thin on the ground.
Eh?
You see, Terry, it's all a question of supply and demand.
Oh,
I mean,
don't start all
look,
that
you
again.
must realise
Just
how
shut
many
up, get in
people
the
there
car,
are
you get in,
available
get in.
to do a job like this. I mean, there's 3 million unemployed. Roly, how could you? I thought you said you'd given up being hard case. You've gone respectable.
To be respectable, you've got to be respected, Harper. Isn't that right, Terry?
Yeah, that's right, Rowley. It looks like you haven't forgotten how to get it either.
Yeah, well, I got tired of waiting for Arthur to turn up with you, so I done 'em cunning from behind, just as they come through the door.
Yeah, but we had a verbal contract. A fee had been agreed. I think a little honourable compensation is in order.
Turn it in. You ain't done nothing.
That's right, Rowley don't need our help anymore. I mean, these aren't going to give him any more ag, are they?
Oh, what?
Well, they're breathing, yeah. Do you want to get them down the stairs?
Yeah, for a small fee, of course. Mr. Collins, how nice to see you. Oh, I suppose you've come about that unfortunate misunderstanding over the chairs.
Yeah, something like that.
I can't tell you how shocked I was when Mr. Rycott told me what had happened. I don't know what to say.
Please don't bother, Mr. Daly. I also had a chat with Sergeant Rycott, who gave me some very sensible advice. This is the cheque for my wife's coat.
You've already given me one.
No, I phoned the bank and stopped payment on that one. You'll notice that cheque's for £2,000 less. What you might call criminal compensation. Good day, Mr. Daly.
Arthur. Put it there, mate. Come on, come on. It's really good to be back on the firm.
Oh, it's nice of you to say that, Terence.
Listen, would you teach me how to be a winner like you?